My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire Modded, where we are going to be playing exclusively with the content mod Infinite Spire at the moment. Infinite Spire is from Blank the Evil. Contributors include The Evil Pickle, Red Dye Number 5, Greenius, and Len, having done the French translation. It is a new way to climb the Spire forever, complete quests along the way, but be careful, the Spire will not be kind to those who do not give up. Now, this has been completely overhauled from the last time that you saw it. Specifically, the quests now reward a resource that persists between runs. You can see that in my testing I've accrued 71 void shards up here. Mystical crystal shards that can be used to purchase weapons and tools from Overhaul. Overhaul appears to be a relatively rare shop space that exists on certain floors. And interacting with it, there are 3 boss relics, as well as, I think, 5 to 6 black cards that you can purchase using the void shards to help you along in your infinite questing. Also, outside of that, I'll note that there are special thanks to Keo, Test477, The Evil Pickle, Moo Cows Go Moo, Filth, Johnny Devo, Chronometrics, Michael Mayhem, and Rainer for helping Blank the Evil learn more about programming. And there are shoutouts to Fairy, GK, Narfin, Jedi, and Johnny Bazooka for being awesome members of the modding community. Let's dive in. You know what? I haven't done like an actual Searing Blow recently, so let's do this. Ironclad A15 Searing Blow. Let's try and do that. Pop that immediately off and have a look at our quests. So the quests have also been overhauled in the way that they function, right? 3 elites this act is now a quest that we have the ability to go for. Kill a Nightmare is fun locking endless, so we will be doing that at some point. Typically, there are a couple of quests like this, which are pick up multiple skill cards, multiple attack cards, multiple power cards, I think, as well. But other than that, we should be set to go. Take 100 gold here. Let's have a look at our early spaces. So none of these shops are of Hardy, so we're not going to just go off like that. There is the ability to kill 3 elites this floor. That's one thing that I was going to have a look at, right? Kill 3 elites this act. Does that check whether or not there are 3 elites this act before it spawns? And it may do so. I have no proof otherwise. Maybe I actually go a Perfected Strike deck. I'm gonna take the 100 golds regardless. Because the Perfected Strike deck seems like it'll scale better. While also being viable. Because I have to care about how viable it is in the early game as well. Just due to the fact that we are playing the Ironclad. Also, by the way, we're not gonna have 3 strikes in our next hand, so that was rough. Hopefully I have 3 strikes in my next hand. Bash Strike doesn't cut it. I know my next hand has 3 strikes, so I defend here as well. Bash Strike is 17, so it wouldn't have been enough. But I need to have... Oh, beautiful. I need to have a deck that is viable as it's trying to build up, and Searing Blow isn't necessarily that, whereas Perfected Strike can be. Whetstone, upon upgrade to random attacks, happy to do it. Because all the attacks in this deck I'm going to keep in this deck at this point. Great. Because I'm not going to remove any of the strikes. Bash? Would I remove Bash? Probably not Bash. Spot Weakness does go in this deck. Inflame does as well, actually, but Spot Weakness is fine. I don't need a Curse of Doubt. Curse of Doubt, in particular, is very, very heavy for me to carry around at this point in time. Just because I really need to be hitting those big numbers. The deck isn't particularly defensive, and I've got a couple of elites to get to. That's another point, right? I could try and go for like a pure Searing Blow deck if Searing Blow was common, or if there was an early shop so I had the possibility of going to that and looking for Searing Blow, or if there was an early event where I have the possibility of choosing Searing Blow, or I wasn't in A15. Any of these? Probably none. Iron Wave is the most likely out of all those, and even then, it's like, it's fine, I guess. This is basically the best setup I can have. Please give me Perfected. Nope. Never mind. It was pretty good right up until I didn't get Perfected Strike, and that was garbage. I'm gonna defend as a priority. Oh, stop! Game! I hate when you separate Bash and Perfected Strike by 2 hands. So I don't get the effect of the vulnerability, and then you put Bash and Perfected Strike in the same hand, where I don't have the energy to capitalize on that. I mean, I'm just starting to think you don't want me using Perfected Strike with vulnerability on the enemy. I hate that I got proven wrong in the middle of that sentence. Prayer Wheel, normal enemies drop an additional card reward, as well as Warcry. I mean, it's a card that I want to pick up here for a Void Shard. I'll do it. Never using Bash here. Oh my god, really? I hate that all of them are attacking right now, and there's very little I can do about it. I was looking for spot weakness so that I could kill 2 at the same time. Because with spot weakness, I would have had the ability to do that. With the 2 9s, especially. Alright, despite the fact that I'm taking damage here, it's really important I take out the enemy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rest in the next space. I also do need an AoE in this deck eventually. I just didn't think I was gonna need it this early. This is really harsh. Strength Potion, gain 2 strength, as well as Twin Strike, definitely. And True Grit? Yeah. Actually, no. No, I don't want True Grit. True Grit, like, what am I gonna burn with True Grit? Strikes? No. Defends? What? Just play that defend in that circumstance. I'm not getting too much of a benefit from the True Grit there. Okay. I do want to still kill those 3 elites this floor, though. Pantograph at the start of boss combat's heal for 25 HP. Happy to have it. Okay, so 7, 7, 8. 7, 7, 8 is 22. Right? Yup. Kill our backliner for us. Okay. Knowing that I was able to defend for the incoming damage for the Fungi Beast for the next 2 turns made that really, really simple for us. Limit Break makes sense, but Shrug It Off is really, really necessary right now. Limit Break only makes sense because of the spot weakness. I'll take a Wild Strike, sure. I wonder if here is where I use my Strength Potion. Yeah, it is. Otherwise, I'm going to take a ridiculous amount of damage on turn 2. Hmm. 14. Perfected Strike is in a deck of how many strikes at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikes total. So it's got 14 on top of that. 20, 20, 22. So Wild Strike. If I draw Strike and Perfected Strike next turn, then we have Lethal. And if I don't draw those, then I'll definitely have Warcry, because one of those has to be on the bottom of the deck. The Warcry gets me the other card. Right, so using Wild Strike here guarantees that the Sentry dies next turn. Oh, no! Oh, the wound is put into our deck, not our draw. Never mind, it worked out. It's fine. It all worked out in the end, but still. Okay, 3 elites this act can just be completed with just 1 set of sentries, which is good fun. Alright. Question card. Future card awards have 1 additional card to choose from, as well as new. Thank you. Bash being upgraded for the extra turn of vulnerability is really important for pushing us through elites here. I'm very hopeful the next elite just doesn't give me the business. I don't want the business. Don't you dare business me. I miscounted. Bump a dump a dump bump bump. I miscounted. Definitely didn't need to take that damage. Oh well. That'll do that. Good amount of money until I ruined it just a second ago. Ooh, pommel strike. I don't know if I want the wild strike, but I'll take it. The fact that we're on A15 is the only reason this is a little bit dodgy. Otherwise, yeah, I would be happy to take all of these even earlier. All right. I may end up going into the boss space on 1 HP, but yeah. We'll be doing okay. Leave that war cry for later when I can actually cast whatever I get with it. Goodbye, Lagavulin, and hello to the Joker card. Every 15th card you play is played twice, as well as a potion that is real good for us. Clash would actually complete a quest for me, but it doesn't have the symbol above it. Weirdly. That's not as consistent as I would like. There's nothing here I want. Not really. So I'll go into the boss fight and I'll heal up by 25 HP from the pantograph. I think we need the perfected strike upgraded so that I have the ability to just like knock targets out. Yikes. I'm gonna set up vulnerability now. Yeah, just because I figured it was probably gonna be pretty important there. I think we'll manage to make it through this. Just manage to make it through this. Very glad that didn't draw our most impactful card in the deck. 18, 22 is 40. The enemy has 45 until they go on the ground. So unless I use the flex potion here, they're not going on the ground. I'm looking at Joker card. I'm trying to line that up to double drop the... to double drop Perfected Strike. I can hit the enemy this turn, but then next... oh, God. They're not going to have vulnerability unless I hit them with the bash this turn. But if I hit them with the bash this turn, then the card that I duplicate next turn is Shrug It Off. Because I have to play the defend before I can attack the enemy. Otherwise, I would get killed by Sharp Hide. So I think for that reason, it's not that. That'll be it. We have to kill this turn. That's fine. That's fine. Demon Form, Bludgeon, Immolate, Fiendfire. Well, Immolate gives us the AoE that we were desperately looking for there. Demon Form's good, but Immolate is what we need. Damn it. I can't turn down the ability to smith at rest sites this early. Can I? I need an upgrade on that Immolate. Don't I? No, I have to take it. I need the extra energy. If I don't have the extra energy, I just die, right? A bunch of 2-cost cards in the deck, as well as the fact that I'm going to be adding a bunch of Shrug It Offs for the best defense that I can really get here, and Pommel Strikes. I just need the energy. Even if the cards are unupgraded, we should be okay. So that's our first Nightmare. There's an Avhari. It's all very far over on the left, though. But it is in the middle of a 3 elite path. I'll take it. I'll take it. That's where I want to get to before I can start deciding how good the run is. Let's put that on the ground. Well, ideally, I was going to be putting an enemy on the ground, but I managed to draw nothing that would allow me to. Oh, that sucks. Getting a lot of wounds in this deck, by the way. Don't want many more wild strikes. Very much not getting hands that I would like. I was hoping I would get Immolate a lot earlier. This whole fight is absolutely destroying me. Perfected Strike is really important here, but Rage is really good in a Perfected Strike deck. Definitely taking Shrug It Off. Rage scales much more poorly later. As the enemies increase their damage, Rage doesn't increase its defense because it's not related to dex, so it's pretty easy to get away from that one. I think the 4 HP might matter as to whether or not we get to kill a target, so I'll target the looter in the front line first just to try and get it down faster. Yeah, like that'll do it. Whereas if I was targeting the backliner, they wouldn't have gone down that turn. We did 49 points worth of damage. Okay. Usually it'd be correct to target the Mugger first, because as they get to the third turn, the Mugger has the ability to do a larger attack, which the other one is missing the ability to do. Flex is really good in terms of damage output here. Only because it's pre-upgraded right now, though. Another Perfected Strike has to be, though. I really wish this was a resting space. My first oh, God! Can they not always just be attacking? Please! Ooh, yikes. Yeah, I can't go for the elites. I can't do that. I will just definitely die. Oh, that's so maddening. I should also remember to play extra cards even when it's not necessary for the sake of the Joker. Well, I have to go to this space regardless. Oh, cool. I can easily just lose right now. Neat. Six, 14, 44. I don't have the ability to kill any of you or defend this turn. Oh, sweet. I don't have the ability to... I'm dead. Well, that sucks. A whole lot. Because I was hoping to show off the whole endless thing. I'm gonna have to bump down the difficulty. Should I? Or should I just play better? So one of the reasons I was building the Perfected Strike deck there rather than any other deck and kind of like singularly focusing on it is because if you are going to loop and you are going to do endless, then something you have to consider is scalability in the late game. So what builds scale? Well, what scales best? Things that scale outside of battle. So that's why Searing Blow is my first port of call as heavy scaling outside of battle, right? So you can get it to scale really, really well for the late game. And and Perfected Strike was my second look in because it scales really, really well over the course of a long run and is related to your building of the deck outside of each combat. Perfect. Both of those really, really work together in that circumstance. Sadly, those types of things are also less viable, especially if you run them as stringently as I was running them and like adding very few value cards. Like I had 2 Shrug-It-Offs and Immolate. Those scale really, really well, but they don't start in a great position. And I feel like because I would want to do endless, I would be limiting myself to builds that scale well. Because you don't want to get to like the end of your first loop where you intend to do endless and you just barely beat the boss. Because then the rest of the game will dunk on you. I'm going to try 15 again. 10 a random red card. Ooh, Immolate. I do like that early. There is a 3 elite path. There's also a path with 2 elites and 3 upgrades, though. That's really appealing. Hitting those early upgrades, especially on the Immolate, it's going to be good. Thunderclap is a really good setup for Immolate, but I don't know how reliable it is. Havoc can be pretty good. It's as good as the worst card in your deck. Or rather, the average card in your deck, right? But consider the pessimistic. Let's take Havoc. Do I want to offer Havoc in order to heal back up? No, probably just a strike. So that's 1 less, or 1 fewer bad options in my deck for Havoc to hit. No, I just do the straight up damage here. Setting myself 2 strikes away from lethal is pretty good. True Grit? Yeah, I can put True Grit in this deck, sure. Damn it. Chaos. Upon pickup, replace every relic you hold with a random relic. That would be nice if we could do it. I could put Sentinel and Havoc in the deck and try and go off like that. That'd be funny. I definitely want the uppercut, though. I'll take another Havoc. Sure. All right. I'm going to see if I can make a, like, Havoc-heavy deck work. Try saying that 10 times fast. Hey, that's exactly the card I wanted to pull and the target I wanted it to hit. Perfect. Yeah, I don't want these cards. They're bad when burnt by Havoc. And those Havocs both need to be upgraded, but Uppercut and Immolate both need to be upgraded first for the sake of the elites that we're about to fight. Speaking of, hello Uppercut. That burned Immolate on the first turn. Alright, that's a little bit of a problem. Is it? No. The vulnerability meant that we would never have any trouble there. That's a good Gremlin Knob fight. Beetle Shell, every 10th time you gain block from a card, gain double that block. I mean, typically I'd take Inflame here, but I'm trying to make a Havoc deck work for some reason. I don't know why. I don't really know why I'm trying to do this. Large Versailles combo with 1 strength. I do like that, though. Especially because the next fight is a 50-50 to be the Sentinels. I have to upgrade Immolate. All works out in the end. Bronze as well as none of those. Just keep moving. I'm happy to split the enemy that turn if it means I don't take just 19 damage straight up. That's awful. I hate that I'm wasting my whole turn to do that, but as soon as I draw, yeah, Immolate with killing, Whirlwind. Whirlwind is really good when pulled from Havoc because now it works again. Is my understanding of that. I think it's true. I think that's the case. Definitely spread the damage here so that Whirlwind is still lethal on both. I'll just kill them all. No reason to do anything else. Eventually, we're gonna have like Havoc plays something else. Eventually. Damn. Immolate's too important not to play there. Lost the bash. Rough. I do have to keep in mind here, and it's something that I've oftentimes forgotten whilst trying to run decks similar to this. The deck is getting worse as I play it. The longer a fight goes on, the far more likely I am to just die. Just unceremoniously explode. I made sure to set it up so that I had lethal next turn. Back preparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. Nope. Nothing there either. Hexaghost? So I'm currently 36. 36 divided by 3 is obviously... divided by 3. Divided by 12 is obviously 3. So the enemy is doing 24 damage on turn 2 without weakness applied. And 18 with weakness applied. Rough. I can't play Havoc constantly in this fight. If I do, I'll just die. I also do think I have to use the strength potion here. Uppercut. Had to have the enemy weakened this turn. Well, hand only has value if I use Havoc. That'll work for me, bud. Take 8 damage in order to deal 16? No. Yeah. That's my turn to go as aggressive as possible. We're getting uppercut at all of the right times. That's something I will definitely say here. Uppercut has been pretty generous. If the enemy was already vulnerable, I would have used Havoc at the start there. Possibility being that it drew Whirlwind out of my deck. Yeah. I think I shouldn't have taken that damage because now I'm probably going to die to this. I'm still okay. Draw Whirlwind this turn for lethal. So that's 8, 6. 8, 6 is 14. That defense not going to save me. So what do I get saved by? Pulling either of the attacks here saves me. There we go. I think with only with the flex rather, would the Whirlwind save me, which is why I did that. Put the Immolate in the deck, sure. Inability to see the enemy's intents. All right, I need the extra energy because of the deck that I've built, but all right. Ooh, that's an earlier party. All right, we need to just like beeline it straight to that. All right, what are the odds that you're dealing 1 by 5? Yeah, there we go. 1. The odds are 1. Bugger. Shrug it off is fine. Flame Barrier is also pretty good for this deck. It's really good for this deck, actually. It's worth noting, Strange Spoon, cards which exhaust when played will instead discard 50% of the time. Havoc plays the top card of your draw pile, but Havoc exhausts it. My understanding is that Strange Spoon will not work with Havoc because the source of the exhaust of the card is not the card itself. It's a different card, Havoc, right? It's like if you True Grit another card in your hand. Does that card go back? No, it doesn't. Flash of Steel is fine here, but I don't want to ever use Havoc to play it, I guess. I'll remove another strike, take the Flame Barrier. Now, Flash of Steel. Yeah, I still want it. Should it have been Warcry? It should have been Warcry. It should have been Warcry. Alright, so why should it be Warcry? And why was I not considering it? I don't often play with Havoc, and it has to be Warcry because it's Havoc. So the Warcry will allow me to put something atop my deck and then burn it with Havoc. I could also take Uppercut here as well, actually, because of the amount of money that we had. And will. Ritual Dagger is really, really good for a deck that doesn't... Again, this is something that I've done constantly. Every single time I enter this shop, I accidentally immediately buy something. I think I might have still been charged for it. But yeah, every single time I enter this shop, I almost invariably accidentally immediately buy something. Just because I always enter a shop and then I click here for some reason. Gouge, fine. That's fine. One thing that I have encountered in this shop is without buying the card, I can't check what its upgrade is. Future Sight, gain a bunch of energy. I mean, that's only okay if I have it in the turn with Whirlwind. Death's Touch. Deal 25 damage. Next turn, deal 25 damage to all enemies. This is exactly the card that we want to add to our deck. It's very expensive. It's quite good. Virus. When drawn, add a random virus to your hand. When played, add a random virus to your discard pile. I do like Virus, but I also do believe it's actually about to be removed from the game. After your first 3 turns, become de-energized. The problem is, like, while that's good for our floor fights are already pretty good. It's our boss fights that are going to be really bad, and our boss fights don't want us to have, you know, lower energy. You can no longer rest at rest sites. It's rough. Unless I also took Eternal Feather, but I'm pretty sure you can only take 1 of the boss relics. I'm also taking Virus. Yeah, so here I get to Warcry, Death's Touch to the top of the deck. Although I could have just naturally played it. That would have been correct to do. Poison the hell out of my enemy and then blow them up and kill them. Another pre-upgraded Uppercut. I mean, alright, if you're gonna do that, sure. As long as it's not Book of Stabbing, we're fine against basically any elite. Don't you dare be Book of Stabbing. No, it's not. Perfect. Now, why did I want to burn the Whirlwind there? I get the best effect out of it by burning it and getting rid of it right now. But also, I think I might need to defend this turn because I can't guarantee the Gremlin Leader is not attacking. There goes my Immolate. Hey, they were attacking this turn. I am very, very glad that I did what I did the previous turn. Hell yeah. Now, I know they definitely can't attack 2 turns in a row. And Ritual Dagger might be valuable later, so I can probably just leave that there. Oh, it's time for the Vocal Fry. Okay. I think I just go straight for the back line, right? 14 becomes 21, 21, wait, 14 and 21 is 35, plus 10 is 45, plus, excuse me, this gets 8? 45, 25, yeah, we have lethal as long as we use the potion. That'll do it. And shovel! You can now dig for relics and rest sites. That gives me something to do there. Beautiful. Spot weakness. I don't think that's actually necessary for this deck. We don't do multi-hits often. I mean, we do have Whirlwind, but that's about it. Juggernaut? I mean, kind of maybe? Actually, yes, because we put Feel No Pain in this deck as a, like, definitely. Of course we do. Which also reminds me, we need Feel No Pain. When drawn, add a random virus to your hand. Well, I know that the enemy is only attacking for 8 damage. Sorry, not 8. One sec. Put a Warcry. Put a Coagulating back on top of the deck. So I know that the Chosen in the backline is attacking for 5/2 this turn. And I know that the Cultist in the front line wasn't attacking that turn. So that just meant that I put another virus atop my deck so that I would get the useful effect of it later. Heck yeah. And I'm already set up for my next Beetle Shell. Beautiful. Another Warcry? Another? That Thunderclap is actually now really good, considering how much AoE we put in the deck. Wild. There's so much more in the deck to smith at this point. I can't do that. Death's Touch upgrades by 10 damage. I mean, come on. Whetstone upon pickup upgrade to random attack. Oh yeah, good attacks to hit. Love it. Want to hit this rest? Yeah, it's a free space if nothing else, but also the ability to dig. This is bad. I'd love to Juggernaut Flame Barrier and stuff like that, but I think I actually have to go like as aggressive as possible. I'm also not going to play any defend cards this turn because I want to be able to double up my Shrug It Off for a giant effect from Beetle Shell. Yeah, this is it. Because now I get 16 this turn. Great. And pretty much all of that was useful as well. Alright, we managed to get out of that fight pretty unscathed. Art of War. If you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. Double tap is really good. It's also so good that it needs to be upgraded. Not over the Havocs, though. It does need to be upgraded, but not over the Havocs. Ooh, look at that Death's Touch. $36.19 is 55. Not enough to kill. Alright, fine. I just had to choose different targets, unfortunately. That's okay, as long as I get that thing to grow. Havoc him. And again. No? Alright. Heal 2 HP from Virus Healthy. Beautiful. And even kill the Spirit Guardian to round it out. I'll drop Weak Potion, because we already applied that with all of our uppercuts. And then drink. None of those are incredible. Ooh! Necronomicon, 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 Necronomicon. This deck accidentally perfectly built for the Necronomicon. I'm trusting the Gremlin Leader's not going to try and hit me this turn. Oh my god. Wild. That's so wild. Oh, yes. Yes. Murder you. This run might actually have legs. Paper Frog! Enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50 and feel no pain. But it's against Shrug It Off pre-upgraded. I have to take it. That sucks. I have to take and I have to upgrade it actually. Oh my god! Oh my god. Look at this turn-ass one. I'm about to kill all these. I'm about to ruin their whole lives. All right. Yeah, like that. And here I was trying to figure out if this was even a viable thing to do. Clearly I should not have been worried. Because apparently it's the most viable thing to do. How did I even get to Ritual Dagger? Oh my gosh. Offering is ridiculous here. So is actually Reaper. Reaper is ridiculous because it double casts. It casts with the extra strength we have from Vajra, but also, I mean, double cast from Necronomicon, right? But also just because I have no way of healing at actual rest sites, so I kind of need it. Extra energy with no potions. Extra energy is so important for this build. We want to put more Shrugodoffs in here as well. So effectively, like, the Shrugodoffs just mean that, oh, the whole thing is happening the same as it was before, but now you're drawing more cards. Yay. Now you're defending yourself beforehand, rather. Yay. So there's an Avari over here. I don't know if I need it, though. I also don't know if this... Hang on. Look at the map. There is a nightmare here that I could kill in order to get the endless quest. That said, big single impact decks like this don't really scale well into endless. Because like the enemies get 100% more, 100%? 175% more HP or something similar to that. At which point, this is a tickle. It doesn't do anything. You really need kind of like scaling at that point, especially for the late bosses. Damn it. I was really hoping that would be an aggressive card. Found it. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure whether or not I'm going to try and go for the Endless on this one, just because of the build that we've got, but we'll see. The backline dies in the next turn. I just want to make sure that I took no damage there myself. Barricade? Maybe? I mean, there's another Havoc in there as well. Like, Barricade is nice to play with Havoc, but other than that, I don't know if it works here. Maybe it does. There's not enough defense in here. There's not much expensive defense for Ironclad. Like, there's Flame Barrier and then Entrench before you upgrade it, but that's about it. Fiend Fire burns my entire hand, but it does nothing after that. So the double tap doesn't let it burn my entire hand twice unless I have ways to refill my hand. I don't. Yeah. I mean, now I could take my offering. Yeah, I think I do. And just remove another garbage card. Ooh. I think I can fight the Voidlings as well as the Nightmare after them. Here. One enemy down. I should have put the Reaper back atop my deck there. That would have been right. 2. But the Nightmare Alpha, like, you do need to be able to defend. Because your single large hits won't get you through. I'm going to do the Nightmare Alpha, fully aware of the fact that it's possible that I die here. Should I? The enemy will be weakened at least constantly. That's nice. Fine. Bash, uppercut, Juggernaut. Yeah. Should have doubled up the uppercut. Damn it. Wasn't thinking about that. Alright, fine. I'll poison the enemy. I'll coagulate. Doubling Whirlwind would be nice, but I think the enemy will actually interrupt me. Flame barrier, didn't do it. No, it wouldn't have interrupted me. I would have gotten all the damage through. Still, flame barrier dealt a lot of damage and prevented a lot of damage as well, so that works. No! Come on! One of the That's so annoying. It's one of the only cards in the entire deck that could make me regret that. That's good. Yeah, so my second duplication got cut there. Not only my second duplication from the double tap, but also Necronomicon. The enemy is straight up ending my turn. Not like you can't play any more cards, but it just... I can't do anything. Which is real harsh. Yeah. Oh, come on. So, what was the plan there? I knew I didn't have enough defense for it, so I figured that I had to go as aggressive as possible. The way that my turns got cut off there really, really screwed with this. What I wanted there was the Havoc to play anything except for Death's Touch. Then I was going to play Whirlwind, and Whirlwind was going to duplicate, and we were going to see if that was going to be enough for lethal. I knew that there was no way I was going to be able to fully defend that turn, and knew that there was no way I was going to be able to decently even defend that turn. I was, like, maybe 65% sure that I would end up dying to the Nightmare Alpha, but I wanted to take that in lieu of the fact that this run was never going to go to Endless, right? So even if I had the ability afterwards to go, not even if I had the ability, but even if I triggered the quest to be able to go to Endless, I would not really be able to benefit from it. I would just go to the next run, I'd, you know, stomp the first floor and then die to the second boss. Damn it. Ritual Dagger is nice as like the only scaling element in this entire deck. Obviously, Death's Touch with Necronomicon is great fun. I think I will just bump down the difficulty next time rather than actually trying to do it in A15 and try and keep an eye to multiple different ways to increase the difficulty of the game. I'll let the difficulty of the game increase based off of the blights that are awarded to you at the end of doing one loop. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been, I didn't even get to show stuff off. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, and future, as well as a link to the Steam Store collection, where you can pick up every mod that's been played in this series, past, present, and future. The current mod has been Infinite Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.